Have you ever wondered how many colors the rainbow of human sexuality has? Just as a prism breaks light into a spectrum of colors, so too does human sexuality span a diverse range. Each orientation, be it heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, or lesbian, is unique, complex, and deserves understanding. Appreciating this diversity is key to fostering acceptance and empathy in our world. It's a fascinating and important topic, one that touches each of us in different ways. Let's delve into the vibrant spectrum of human sexual orientation. First up, we have heterosexuality, often regarded as the default. But what does it truly mean? Heterosexuality, in essence, refers to the romantic or sexual attraction that an individual feels towards the opposite sex. If you're a man and you find women attractive, or if you're a woman and you find men attractive, you're heterosexual. It's as simple as that. But let's delve a bit deeper. Society has for a long time considered heterosexuality as the norm, largely due to the biological purpose of procreation. However, it's essential to note that human relationships and attractions aren't solely about reproduction. They're about emotional connections, shared experiences, and personal fulfillment. There are certain misconceptions and stereotypes around heterosexuality that we need to address. One of the most prevalent is the idea that heterosexual individuals don't face any challenges or discrimination regarding their sexuality. Though it's true that they don't encounter the same societal obstacles as people with other sexual orientations might, it doesn't mean that they're immune to struggles. Conflict can arise from societal expectations of gender roles within heterosexual relationships, which can put undue pressure on individuals to conform to certain behaviors or norms. Another misconception is that heterosexuality means a person is attracted to all individuals of the opposite sex. This is simply not true. Just like any other sexual orientation, heterosexual individuals have their own preferences, standards, and types. Attraction is not a one-size-fits-all concept, and it's important to remember this when discussing any form of sexuality. Lastly, there's a common misbelief that heterosexuality is a choice. Scientific consensus, however, suggests that sexual orientation, including heterosexuality, is not a choice, but rather an inherent part of who we are. It's not something that can be changed through will or desire. Remember, being default doesn't mean better or worse, it's just one color in the rainbow. And just like every color in the rainbow, heterosexuality is a valid and beautiful expression of human sexuality. It's not the entirety of the spectrum, but it's an integral part of it. And next, we step into the world of homosexuality. What does it mean to be gay or lesbian? Homosexuality as a term has been widely defined as an orientation where individuals are attracted to the same sex. This means that a man who identifies as gay is attracted to other men, and a woman who identifies as a lesbian is attracted to other women. But it's more than just a definition. Homosexuality is a rich and diverse community, characterized by a shared experience of love, attraction, and identity. It's a world that's vibrant, colorful, and full of life, with its own unique culture, history, and traditions. Like any community, the journey of the gay and lesbian community is one marked by both struggles and triumphs. There have been periods of persecution and prejudice where being openly gay or lesbian could lead to discrimination, violence, or even imprisonment. But there have also been moments of incredible strength and resilience. From the Stonewall riots in the late 60s, which sparked the modern LGBTQ+ rights movement, to the legal recognition of same-sex marriage in many parts of the world, the gay and lesbian community has continually fought for their rights, their recognition, and their place in society. Yet, it's important to remember that homosexuality isn't about politics. It's about people. It's about the men and women who love, laugh, cry, dream, and live their lives just like anyone else. They go to work, they raise families, they grow old, they fall in love. And this is where we circle back to the core of homosexuality. It's about love. Love that doesn't discriminate based on gender, but instead embraces the beauty of human connection in all its forms. So, when we talk about what it means to be gay or lesbian, we're not just talking about who someone is attracted to, we're talking about who they are, their identity, their experiences, their stories. Being gay or lesbian is not a choice, it's an inherent part of who someone is. Bisexuality often confuses people. Let's shed some light on it. Bisexuality, as the term suggests, is an orientation where individuals can find themselves attracted to both sexes. It's not a midway point between heterosexuality and homosexuality, nor is it a transitional phase. It's an authentic identity that thousands of people identify with, and it's as valid as any other sexual orientation. One of the most common myths surrounding bisexuality is that it's a phase or a result of confusion. This is a misconception that stems from a lack of understanding of the fluid nature of human sexuality. Just as someone can be consistently attracted to the same sex or the opposite sex, someone can also be consistently attracted to both sexes. This doesn't mean they're confused. It simply means their capacity for attraction is not limited by gender. Another myth is that bisexuality is synonymous with promiscuity. This is a harmful stereotype that stigmatizes and marginalizes bisexual individuals. Being attracted to both sexes doesn't mean someone is attracted to everyone they meet or that they're incapable of monogamy. It also doesn't mean they're more likely to cheat. Bisexual people can and do have committed monogamous relationships just like anyone else. There's also the misconception that bisexuality is about being half gay and half straight. This is not the case. Bisexuality is not about dividing one's sexuality into neat halves. It's about the capacity to be attracted to people of both sexes, but not necessarily in the same way, or to the same degree, or at the same time. One's attractions can shift and change over time, but this doesn't invalidate one's bisexuality. Understanding bisexuality means acknowledging that it's not a binary or a dichotomy, but a spectrum. It's about recognizing that love and attraction are not confined to gender, and that it's the individual, not their gender, that ultimately matters. Bisexuality is not about being indecisive. It's about understanding that love goes beyond gender. The spectrum of human sexuality is not limited to these three orientations. Let's explore more. While we've covered the most widely recognized orientations, it's important to understand that human sexuality is deeply personal and can be far more complex. For instance, some individuals identify as asexual, meaning they don't experience sexual attraction to anyone, regardless of gender. This doesn't mean they lack the capacity for love or emotional intimacy. On the contrary, many asexual people form rich and fulfilling relationships. They just don't feel the need for the sexual component that typically accompanies such bonds. Next, let's delve into pansexuality. Unlike bisexuality, which is attraction to both men and women, pansexuality is the attraction to people irrespective of their gender or sex. Pansexual individuals can be drawn to people who identify as male, female, transgender, genderqueer, intersex, or something else entirely. It's the person and not the gender that they find attractive. Now let's consider the concept of fluidity in sexual orientation. Fluidity refers to the idea that sexual orientation is not set in stone, but rather can change over time. Some people may find their attractions shifting throughout their lives, moving along the spectrum from heterosexual to homosexual and vice versa, or anywhere in between. It's a recognition that sexuality can be dynamic rather than static, a flowing river rather than a stagnant pond. Fluidity also allows for the reality of people who may not fit neatly into any one category. These individuals might identify as queer, a term that has been reclaimed by the LGBTQ+ community to represent a spectrum of sexual orientations and gender identities that are not strictly heterosexual or cisgender. In conclusion, while labels can be useful for understanding and communicating our experiences, they can also be restrictive. It's essential to remember that everyone's experience of their sexuality is unique, and no single label or category can fully encapsulate the complexity of human desire. Sexuality is not black and white, or even rainbow. It's a vast universe with infinite possibilities. We've journeyed through the spectrum of human sexuality. What have we learned? We've explored the multifaceted nature of human attraction, starting with heterosexuality, the attraction between individuals of opposite genders. We've unraveled homosexuality, which involves attraction to individuals of the same gender. We've uncovered bisexuality, a fascinating blend of attractions to both genders, which challenges the binary notion of orientation. But our journey didn't stop there. We ventured into the realm of other orientations and fluidity, acknowledging that sexuality isn't always defined by rigid labels. It can be fluid, evolving throughout one's lifetime, and that's perfectly okay. We've discovered that orientation is a deeply personal aspect of our identities, not a choice, but an inherent part of who we are. The real takeaway from our journey isn't just the understanding of these orientations, it's the recognition that all forms of attraction, All colors of this rainbow are normal and natural. They're part of the beautiful tapestry of human diversity. It's about fostering a culture of acceptance, understanding, and respect, regardless of where we or others fall on the spectrum of sexuality. So let's not just understand these orientations, but also appreciate them. Let's embrace the diversity they represent, and let's treat each other with kindness and respect, regardless of our orientations. Remember, every color of the rainbow is beautiful and deserves respect. Let's celebrate diversity, not fear it.